Hello everybody, here Radmer is going to talk about grammar again. We're going to go to Unit 52 of Grammar in Use. Most of my students want to know, when do we use base form of the verb? So this is the lesson that you need. We're going to talk about when to use base form of the verb. For example, here, as you see, we have some verbs like work, go, be, etc. These are called base form of the verb. The verb without any ing, without any s, without any ed at the end is called base form of the verb. So here, as you see, we use the base form with, I've written for you the verbs that we are going to use with base form of the verb. After all of these verbs that are written in blue, we're going to use base form of the verb. You see, will, after will, we're going to use base form of the verb. Amy will be here soon. Be is the base form of am, is, are, or was and were. Shall. After shall again, we use base form of the verb. Verb without anything at the end is called base form. Shall I open the window? Might. After might again, we use base form of the verb. I might call you later. May sit here. This is again base form. So after all of these verbs, will, shall, might, may, can, could, must, should, would, be able to, have to, has to, and had to, we use base form of the verb. And what are these verbs? We call them modals. So we can say after all modals, we can use base form of the verb. I can't meet you tomorrow. After can't again, we use base form of the verb. May, after may again, we use base form of the verb. Might, I might call you later. After all of these, we use base form of the verb. Could you pass the salt, please? As you see, I say, could you? D and Y near each other is pronounced as something like J. Could you pass the salt, please? Must. As late, you must be tired. And here again, there is no T in pronunciation. We say, you must be tired. You must be tired. Should, you shouldn't work so hard. After should again, we use base form of the verb. You shouldn't, as you see. Whenever we pronounce not at the end of the should and some are verbs, we pronounce them something like you shouldn't, you shouldn't. If our tongue is between our teeth, so this is the right form of pronunciation. We say you shouldn't, or they can, or couldn't, something like this. So, would you, again D reaches to Y, we say J. Could you like some coffee? After would again, would you like some coffee? Would like. So you see base form of the verb, be able to. He was able to lift the table. After to, able to, we use base form of the verb. I have to study hard. As you see, the pronunciation here is have to. I have to study hard. She has to. We say has to, not has to. So be careful about the pronunciation. It's really important in our speech. And whenever our pronunciation is a little bit better than the others, so it is a kind of point for us. We can be very clear to foreigners whenever our pronunciation is good. So after had to again, they had to go to the meeting. Go again is the base form of the verb. After had to, we use base form of the verb. The second part that we're going to use base form of the verb, we use the base form of the verb with do, does, and did. So the second form is after do, does, and did. So after all of these, again we use base form of the verb. Do you work? Do you work? How much? How much? How much does it cost? As you see again here, there's the point in pronunciation. We say how. So W is pronounced just with your lips, without any touch of teeth and lip. Whenever our upper teeth touches the lower lip, we say V. So it is V. But W is pronounced just with our lips. So we say wa. And here is how much. How much does it cost? Again, after does, you see the base form of the verb. After did, we see the base form of the verb. We didn't sleep well. Didn't. Again, the pronunciation is important. And sometimes we say the pronunciation tucks. So it means if your pronunciation is better, so others can understand you well and you'll be really successful in your languages. Okay, we use the base form with infinitive. After infinitive, as you see, after to, we use base form of the verb. Again, here I use to. Work in a factory. After to, we use base form of the verb. So these are infinitives. I have to go now. I'd like to go out. We can pronounce this I'd like or I would like. I'd like to go out if it is contracted. And if it is the base form, we say I would like to go out. And we use ing form of the verb with these verbs. So all of the previous ones were base form of the verb. Now we're going to talk about ing form of the verb. Where can we use ing forms of the verbs after am, is, are, and was and were? Let's say after to be verbs, if we have a main verb, we're going to use ing at the end of the verb. But not to forget about passive forms. We have some passive verbs that we have am, is, are, or was and were plus past participle. So they're completely different. So in this lesson, you're going to just learn these forms. After am, is, are, and was and were, or let's say to be verbs, all of them are called to be verbs. These are present and these are past. So after all of these to be verbs, we use ing form of the verb. I'm working. It was raining. And here again, there's the point in pronunciation. Whenever we say I'm working, again we say working. No G at the end. Mostly we don't pronounce G at the end. So we can tell I'm working. It was raining. It was raining. Okay. Unit 52 was about base form of the verb and ing forms of the verbs. We talked about all of these. Again, we're going to be in WhatsApp, YouTube, and Instagram with you. Be with us with our Language Institute, Radmer Language Institute. Have a good time.